gotten some more leaks for the Pokemon 30th anniversary set, and they actually look goated. I wasn't expecting it to be good. I was basing my expectations from the 25th anniversary, which I wasn't too fond of. I can't really recall any chases. I mean, I did get extremely unlucky and pull like nothing, and we opened quite a lot. But yeah, you know what? These cards look goated if they're real. I'm pretty sure they're confirmed, but I don't want to say they are and then it like turns out to be AI, which some people have used to enhance the images, so I'm going to try and avoid those. We're going to look at the cards leaked, we're going to discuss it, what I think is going to be overhyped, what's going to be valued high, and yeah, let's see some goated cards. And like I said in my last video, we're going to get our hands on this. Huge allocation for stores, do not panic. The set is going to be heavily printed, you will get your hands on it. Let's go. First thing, this is a card list, supposedly from the ETB, and it shows quite a few cards. First, I think we should look at this most exciting section over here, which contains the Sylveon, Gengar, Jirachi, Salamence, Mewtwo. We've seen these two. So I'm guessing the first four. Sylveon, okay, goated. I'm going to try and find a more enhanced photo version of this. Extremely lovely. I love Sylveon. It's one of my favourite Pokemon. However, we've seen Sylveon so many times. We've had Prismatic, you know what I mean? We've got the Chinese exclusive that we talked about in another video. Like, Sylveon is just, right now, Pokemon are really pushing for Sylveon. And we haven't seen this much Sylveon push since X and Y, with obviously Serena evolving her Eevee into Sylveon for her Pokemon performances. And in like the recent years, they're really pushing for Sylveon, and I have no idea why. It feels weird, like they're trying to do something with it, but I'm not sure what. But of course we've got this Gengar card, and it looks very familiar to another Gengar card. I'm gonna like see if I can find what I mean, but very good. I quite enjoy this card. It's playful. It encapsulates what the Gengar is supposed to be, which is a little gremlin. We've got this Jirachi card, and it looks a bit demonic. I don't know if it's because the photo looks like they've taken it while they're being chased down by Nintendo and shot, but he looks a bit demon and soul-like. You know, like he's trying to look good, but he's going to take your soul. And we've got Salamence. Very cool. See, the set seems to be in some form of like town. If we look at the Umbreon and Espeon, it looks like they're on like a pathway or like on a wishing well. I mean, it looks like Salamence is flying over them. And we've got the standard cards we looked at with the addition of Delicat, Crobat, Metagross. We may have seen these cards, but I didn't personally see them. Now, for these four, the most expensive are obviously going to be Gengar, followed by Sylveon, followed by Jirachi, and followed by Salamence. I actually don't know how I'm going to price these, because Sylveon right now in the Chinese exclusive is like 500 raw. The Gengar, there's not really a card to compare it to. I suppose I can compare it to the Chinese exclusive once again, because Gengar is going for like 1,000 raw, I believe. I could be wrong, but I heard it on TikTok. So I want to put this at like, what, 300, and maybe this at like, I'm going to put it at 500, which I know seems high, but I've been quite off the mark when it comes to a lot of these scalp products, because I try to underestimate it, because I don't like to say products are going to be expensive, because I just want them to be affordable. But if we're looking at this realistically, and we're looking at pre-existing cards that have the same exclusive, I'm not going to say that word, they're, you know, tied behind certain boxes, I'm going to say that these two are, like I said, couple 300, 500 raw at the beginning, just because we're still in pre-scalper era right now, so like scalpers are an all-time high. Jirachi, I'll sit this at a couple hundred, maybe like 100, because Jirachi is a popular Pokemon, but it's one of those Pokemon where people go, oh, I wish Jirachi had more love. We love Jirachi, but I don't think it's as popular as people think. Same with Salamence, like, it's got the dude bro fan base behind it, but I can see this go for like 100 once again, sticking these two in the same category. Right, on to page 2. Alolan Executor. I personally find this art incredible, very playful. I like the angle, like they are definitely staring down at something, and if you actually have to think about it, that is terrifying, because what are bros staring at? We have a Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. I don't want to say these are connecting, because like they're just similar art style, but it looks like these would go together in like a motif. You know, you got Moltres with the flames, Articuno with like the wind, and Zapdos with the thunder. We've already seen this Lapras card. I believe we talked about this Toxtricity card. Very cool either way. This Morpeko card is adorable. It's on a hamster wheel made by its own electricity. Here's a Child Snatcher. We've got Chandelure down here. Very interesting. Chandelure's getting a lot of love lately. I wonder what director has a new favourite Pokemon. I found a better image of this, so we'll talk about this after. But there is like a connecting art of all the Meowth variations, which I love. Scraggy, love this angle. He's gonna take my money. I don't have any money to give him, so I'm safe. You got the bloody stupid gold noodle Pokemon. Hate this Pokemon. Is that him again? Did he get 2? Why does he get 2? Why does Joltik get none? Hoacian Zoro, we've seen this Malsoon card. Me and my brother were speaking about this. Malsoon is a very popular Pokemon. I didn't realise how popular it's been gotten. It's adorable. It's peak Pokemon. You got a Furry Coco card and a Greninja. I'm going to say the same thing about Sylveon. We have enough Greninja cards. We do not need another. You know, we have Chaos Rising. To be in a regular EX version in this set. Like, we do not need another Greninja card. Bin them off. Day and Night Pikachu, and then these gorgeous Mewtwo and Mewtwo EXs, what I'm going to look at properly when I get better pictures of them. Right, a lot of pricing to do, so let's have a look. I'm going to put I'm going to group the low end cards together, because I know that they're probably going to perform in a similar vein because of just, you know, where their popularity is at. There's not many of them. I'm going to group Alolan Exeggutor, Toxtricity, Morpeko, Drifloon, Chandelure, Lycanroc, and Scraggy. The Goldalingo, I think that's what his name is. I hate him. I'm going to price these Pokemon around £50 to £100, which I know seems a little high. I'm going to base this on right at the beginning when this set comes out. These are going to be the baseline prices, because a lot of people are going to be overselling them. That scalpers want this set to be overhyped. What a lot of scalpers don't know is that there's going to be huge allocation, which of course they do know because they're preparing for this, but they don't understand that huge allocation means a lot of normal people can get it. So I do think they're going to try overhype these cards a lot to try to get the money back. I tend to see these Pokemon in the same popularity together. Like, people tend to love all of them. If you get what I mean. I think like the most popular one would probably be like Articuno. Maybe Moltres, actually. I feel like Zapdos would be the least popular. Morpeko has become very popular recently. I don't know why. I mean, it's cute. But it's been out since like the Sword and Shield area. But it's getting a lot of cards. You know, we have one in Pitch Black as well. I don't get why Pokemon do this. Like, we've just had Morpeko and it has like an illustration rare. We don't need another one. Give Joltik one. Is it Morpeko? Probably around the £70 range. The connecting art of the Meowths, I think, are going to be quite expensive because they've got that connecting art going on for them. And people do love a connecting art. So I feel like we'll put these guys at like... Regular Meowth will be the most expensive. Then Alolan Meowth and Galarian Meowth. I feel like Galarian is the least popular. I think it's the newest. And I think that's when people started saying, we don't want another Meowth. Give us original Pokemon, please. Malsoon is an extremely popular Pokemon as of late. It's got that cuteness towards it, and it is getting quite a lot of good quality cards. And I think they do a good job of capturing what people like about Malsoon. You know, the family aspect is cute. It's got huge ears, so I'm gonna price Malsoon at like 50, 60, maybe I'm gonna do 80. Ninja. Considering that Greninja from Chaos Rising, which I pulled the other day, I pulled from one premium Greninja box. I pulled the Greninja SAR, the Zygarde SAR, the Roxy Full Art, and the Froakie illustration rare. From one box. What the friggles, man? I think that card is like a couple hundred raw. I'll say it's the same one just because it's got that 30th anniversary type crap attached to it. I was correct. These are definitely connecting arts. I know they're doing different things, but if you look at the background behind them, like the clouds and the light, these are definitely connecting arts, which will definitely add the value because we do love a bit connecting art in the Pokemon community. We are a bitch for that. Here is the more high definition look of the Mew EX. I believe this is the same person who illustrated the Shiny God of War from Mega Evolutions. which is a huge chase of mine. Off the bat, this card is stunning. However, I don't know what's going on. If you know, so obviously he's in front of a tree, they're in front of a tree, and things seem to be growing around him. But why? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it just looks confusing to look at. But a lot of people have said this is an AI, but it just feels like something's wrong. Like, why every tree, unless, like, I know Mew, it seems to be performing a move. I mean, Memory Helix is like waking up, teleportation, like, you know what I mean? Very stunning card. This will definitely be in the high hundreds draw. But I don't know, something looks weird about it to me. Right, here we've got that Mewtwo EX. Once again, I don't understand what's going on in it, right? Mewtwo seems to be behind a stained glass of some form, or like a badge, or like a symbol. But why? Do you know what I mean? Because why would Mewtwo be behind a symbol? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like, if they're real, they feel awfully placed and weird. I don't know. Once again, I'm going to place this around the high 500s raw at the beginning. I much prefer this Pikachu EX. I love when they have Pikachu of a Pokemon. He's just a cutie pie. But something just feels off about these two. But once again, loads of credible people have posted about this. And it just, like I said, it just feels off. It just feels off. If these are real, they look good, but I don't understand the context behind them. Here is what I was talking about. Here is the connecting arts of the Meowth. So it looks like it starts off, I suppose it could start at the bottom. This is definitely connecting art, 100% supposed to be connecting art. They're all in the bloody same shop, so they can't not be. Like, look at them. There's Glaring Meowth, there's Alolan, there's Meowth, there's Meowth, there's Galarian Meowth beneath him, and there's Alolan Meowth's little tailor there, and there's Meowth running from, seems like, his balcony. There's Alolan Meowth slaying, and then there's Galarian Meowth seems to be running as well. They're connecting arts, and Meowth is a popular Pokemon. It's like a semi-mascot of Pokemon, so like we'll price these around like 80 to 100 raw each. The most expensive would probably be regular Meowth to Alolan Meowth to Galarian Meowth, because that's just like popularity order. I'm looking at this again. It just looks off. They look off to me. I'm not sure. It just makes there's no, like, everybody of the card makes sense. Like, Pikachu's with his mates and they're running. Yeah, that makes sense. Salamence is flying over the town. Yeah, he does. That might make sense. Like, I don't know. I must be hating. I'm a hater born and dying. This is a closer look at Gengar. This is definitely going to be in the high 100s. Raw. He looks to be in some form of haunted town. Causing mayhem. It's very Halloween themed and spooky. I like it. But definitely, if we're looking at like any Gengar card ever printed, very popular Pokemon. Here is Sylveon EX. This is a very safe card. You know what I mean? She's cutesy, surrounded by flowers and hearts. It looks like, my brother pointed it out to me, the prismatic Sylveon EX. Very, very similar actually. And it also kind of reminds me of Sylveon, like in the Gigantamax. It kind of looks like Sylveon in the Gigamax form when she's huge, if you get what I mean. Like, it's kind of got that vibe. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be callbacks to all the cards, which would make sense. Once again, this is going to be the high hundreds because it's Sylveon and it is adorable. I do wish we focused more on other evolutions, like Leafeon, one of my personal favourites, because there's what, 7, 8 of them? I can count now, I don't want to. You all these evolutions, I'm going to get bloody Umbreon and Sylveon. Like, maybe I need to go back in time and stop Sylveon being made, because at least I'd get Espeon back. You know what I mean? When's the last time she got printed on her own? That wasn't prismatic. You get why I'm laying down? But no, these are definitely going to be high chases that you're better off just pulling than buying raw, because it's not going to be worth the price to buy. I mean, graded, we're looking at a couple thousand, to be honest. In a PSA 10, of course. In other grading companies, you're looking at 10 quid, probably, if you're lucky. Maybe spit in the mouth for free. I don't want to mention this too much, because, like, obviously we're going to get Pikachus, but we're getting, like, I think it's Pikachu per pack. And I do like some of the art they've chose. Like, I like the one I'll go to the point of a screen. I don't know if you realise. I don't know why. You can't, like, you don't know what I'm pointing at. I do like this Pikachu, like he's pressing his face against the camera. I do quite like him. He's happy, simply. This is derpy as hell. This is goated. This is the same one that did the Simisear from, what is it? What set is that from? I can't remember it, but I know it's the Simisear card. It's goated as hell. We've got Pikachu being greedy. Another Pikachu being greedy. Two Pikachu EXs. None of these will be expensive. If anything, these will be bloody not pennies. We're looking at like a couple of quid each. And I think there's a Shinji Kijo. I can't never say his name. He does the wobbly weird Pokemon. Not weird, popular artist Pikachus will probably be more expensive, but you're not looking at more between £1 and £5. That's just a door. Oh, there he is. Okay, it isn't just a door. I was going to say, oh, this is AI. They just put a door on here. I want to talk about this because I disagree, but I hate the stamp. I think it's too big. And obviously they're saying they don't, but nothing wrong with it. I just don't. I think it's personally too big. I think it should be smaller. I think there should be a stamp because it should indicate it's the 30th anniversary, but we don't need like a huge, this is the 30th anniversary. Like, we can read. I mean, I can read. I'm not sure about other people. But let me know what you think. Do you think this is a popular, or do you think we should get rid of it? Or at least simplify it into a corner. I found the Greninja and Furikoko. Like I said, these images have been taken like they've been shot down as they found them. This Greninja is essentially basic. It's just a Greninja card. He seems to be on a building, possibly. What is that? Is that Pikachu? Is that Dynamax Pikachu? It kind of looks like he's on a Dynamax field. He's definitely jumping from something. This will be 100 raw, 150 raw. It's not too exciting, but it's still a cool card. I think I'm getting like Greninja and Sylveon fatigue. We have other Pokemon, Nintendo. We've got Furikoko. I love flipping Furikoko. Viviola. It seems to be running. We're all running. Where are we running to, guys? I certainly don't run. This won't be too expensive. Furikoko is a starter, but it's not like, oh my god, I need it. So we'll price this around like 20 to 50. Very cool cards though. I definitely want them. Right, I can't lie. I can't remember if I spoke about these two cards. I've got really bad bloody memory. So I'm just going to speak about them, and if I don't cut this out, I didn't speak about them on their own properly, and if I cut this out, you'll never know. We've got Pikachu Day and Pikachu Night. Pikachu Day is having fun with loads of, I'm assuming, like day-type Pokemon. I see Espeon and Sylveon, Meowth, Nidoran, Igglybuff, Meowsund, Slowpoke. Very cute card. These are going to be highly expensive sought after cards. If you look at loads of Pikachu cards that are similar themed with loads of Pokemon celebrating, you're looking at like a couple hundred raw. We'll price these at like, what, 200 right off the gate each. People who are going to be selling these off for maybe higher, considering that some of the gold cards were sold for that. Let's do 250 raw for these cards, until we start seeing some Japanese prices of these cards, and which I'll go over in a video once we see somehow how this is hitting the market. But yeah, no, these are going to be expensive. I think these are, genuinely think these are very well done cards. It's Pikachu, but it's basic, but it's good. It's good. I like the inclusion of Pokemon, like it's playful, like feels like they are celebrating, which, they are. They're 30 years. Woohoo! There's going to be some top chases from people, just Pikachu, Sylveon, Gengar are really going to be like what you're going to want to be after if you are looking for monetary value. Those are like the 4 cards you're going to want to pull. Especially these Pikachu cards are going to be more expensive than the Gengar and the Sylveon, just because they are the mascot. This guy is bloody everywhere. And like I said, Pikachu, I don't want to call him this because obviously he was way before Scalpers, but Pikachu's kind of been turned into like the investment slop logo, because of who he is. He's a mascot. He's very cute, easily printed. Ask an old person who Pikachu is and they'll go, I know that guy. Now, these are all the high definition photos I see, and I say high definition as a joke I've told twice now. That isn't funny. They look like the guy's been running as he was taking them. Unless we see some more, hopefully not, because I filmed this. I'm going to edit it tomorrow, and I swear to God, if we get more leaks, I'm going to cry because I'm not going to add another chunk to this. I can't be bothered. I hate editing. But I do think these are going to be popular. Like I said, don't panic. There's high allocation for this 30th anniversary. I have hopes that Nintendo will overprint this set and we're all going to get our hands on it, because if you look at the printing quality of the last couple of sets, it is doogie bad. I feel like by doing this, so everybody gets a taste of the 30th anniversary. Everybody benefits from this, even Nintendo. Believe it or not, I don't think they actually enjoy scalpers as much as we say. So, once again, I think the chase cards for this set, we're looking at Pikachu, Day and Night, Sylveon, Gengar, until we see more cards. Those are what I'm going to put as like the high value monetary chases. But, you know, this set is definitely looking up to be better than the 25th anniversary, which I'm happy for, because I thought that set was mid. So hopefully they bring us in. I mean, I'm already brought in, so they can only bring up my hopes, or they can make some cards and go, oh, that's all right, I'll just go for the others. Let me know what you think down below, and yeah, see you next.